This knitted hat by Classy Crochet was inspired by this picture she found on Pinterest. So cute! She made an adult version. Yay! So this is how you make it. The materials I used are super bulky yarn, around 80 yards, size US 13 and 15 circular needles, 16 inches long, double pointed needles of size 15 needles, or a longer cable if you're doing the magic loop method. I actually got away with not having to change and just using my smaller needles, and a stitch marker. So we need to cast on 42 stitches, so I'm just going to do the long tail method. What you do is you just get your thumb and index finger and kind of make a loop like this, and then you twist your yarn and then grab the yarn that's underneath and then you pull, and then you just put it on your needle and tighten it. And now we need to cast on, and this one counts as the first stitch, so we're casting on 42. We need to cast on 41 more, so this is how I hold it. Again, my thumb and index finger, and I put it in the middle and hold the other two strands of yarn with my other fingers, okay? And I just spread them apart like this. Then I come over here and I pick up this one, go all the way over to this finger, and then I pull. Let's do it again. Pick it up, over to this finger, go underneath, and then in the middle of that one, pull. Alright, so cast on 42. Okay, so now this is what mine looks like. Now we need to join in the round, and I do it as I'm starting my new round. So I need my tail on the right needle, and we are doing rows 1 through 5 is a knit 1, purl 1. I need my stitch marker. If you don't have a stitch marker, you can use like a keychain ring or a twisty tie. Whatever works. I just put it on my right needle. And get your tail out of the way. We don't want to use that. And then, so knit 1. So what you do is, my yarn is in the back. We go from the front to the back. Okay, so front to the back. Then I bring my yarn around my right needle counterclockwise. And then I bring it back up and I pull it off. And that's how you knit. Now when you purl, our yarn needs to be in the front. And then we're going to go from the back to the front. And then bring our yarn over counterclockwise on our right needle. Down and up and off. So when we knit, our yarn's in the back. So I just put it in the back. I'm going from the front to the back. Bring my yarn around. Go down and up and off. Alright. Purl in the front. And then back to the front. Bring your yarn around. And slide it off. Okay. Alright, so you just do this all the way to the end of the row, and I will show you what to do. And if you forget for some reason which one you just did, these are purls and this is a knit, so I know, oh, I just purled that one, so my yarn needs to be in the back. I'm going to knit. Okay, so purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. I know I need to purl. I go from the back to the front. All right, pretty easy. Okay, so I will meet you right here. Okay, I just have one more stitch, but I wanted to show you what mine looked like. And my last one is a purl. Okay, you can just kind of pull that tail. And then we put our stitch marker, just slide it onto our right needle. And then we are going to start again. This is now our row 2, and we're doing this for 5 rounds. Now we're purling. See, here's my knit. It's like a little V. And then here's my purl with the little bump. Okay. Again, this is round 2. We need to do it for 5 rounds. So I will meet you at the end of round 5, and we are going to start round 6. This is what mine looks like after 5 rounds. And now we're at round 6, and we need to change to our bigger size needles. So okay, so I just put my size 15 needle on my right needle, and I'm going to keep this one size 13 until the end of the round. And if you don't have interchangeable needles, then you just keep this your size 13 and then grab your size 15 needles with just using one of them, and then you're going to just take them off of here, and then they'll eventually be on your size 15 cable needle. Okay, but since mine are interchangeable, I have size 15 here, size 13 here. And then we are going to decrease. So to knit 2 together, we are going to knit these 2. So I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to start here. It's just like knitting, but you're going to knit and go through both of those stitches like that. Okay? And then you bring it around just like normal. Okay? Now we're going to purl one below. To purl one below in a knit stitch, you just go from the back to the front. And then you're going to purl this off. Okay? And then we're going to knit 2 together. And then bring your yarn in the front because we're going to purl below. And now this is a purl one. You're just going to go right there. Bring it around and slide it off. Okay, one more time. Knit 2 together, right? And then bring yarn over, go through this hole. Okay, so at the end of this round, you should have 28 stitches. Now that we are done knitting that round, we can now take off our size 13 needle and replace it with our size 15 needle. Okay, and now for round 7, we're going to knit 1 below into the knit 2 together stitch and then purl 1 and keep repeating that. We just go through both of those stitches, okay? And I just knit it, then you're going to pull that off. And then we're going to purl 1. And we're going to knit one below. And then purl one. Knit one below. Oh, let's try again. And then purl one. All right. So do this all the way to the end of the round. All right. Now for round 8. You knit one, and then you're going to purl one below. So you just go through that, do you see that hole? And you purl. And slide that off. Knit one as normal, and then purl one below. Okay. And that's how you do round 8. Okay, now for round 9, we're going to knit one below. So I just go through here. And then purl one. Knit one below. And then purl one. Knit one below. And purl one. Okay, so now after this round, we just keep repeating rounds 8 and 9 until our piece measures either 6.5 inches to 7 inches. This is what mine looks like. Okay, so now starting the decrease sequence, you're going to, for rounds 1 through 3, knit one and purl one. And it says to do it kind of loosely, so, oh, sorry. There's our knit one. Remember to do it loose. Alright, so we don't have to knit or purl any of them below, just in the regular stitches. So you do this for 3 rounds. Right, and that's what mine looks like. Now we're going to do round 4, which is knit 2 together. And this is when you'll want to use your double pointed needle or magic loop method. Let's see if we can do this one without having to use it. Alright, so we know how to knit 2 together, right? We're just going to knit 2 together the whole way. Okay. All the way to the end of the round. Okay, and mine is still on my cable needle, so I'm just going to knit round 5. Alright, so just knit. Okay, so this is my last round, round 6, and you're just doing a slip knit. Okay, so I'm getting away with not having to change into a bigger size cable because this yarn is like really thick, so awesome. But if you want to know how to do that, then click here on how to do the magic loop method. Okay, so slip knit. We slip as if we were knitting, and then we're going to knit them. I'll do it slower this time. Okay, so it's like we're going to knit it, right? But instead we're going to slip it off. And then the same thing. Slip it off. Then we go from the back to the front. And then we knit it off. Slip and knit. Alright, so do this all the way to the end of the row. Okay, I wanted to show you, so it's actually getting too small, right? But I don't need to get a bigger cable. It'll work just like this. So what I do is so this is my last stitch that I knitted, right? Because it's on my right needle. So we're going to just put that in the back and kind of slide all the stitches on each needle, okay? I just have 2 more to do. And then I put my yarn back like that, and then I hold it while I slide the needle off. Okay, and see, I can still kind of get away with it. And then you slip knit. So that is basically how you do the magic loop method, but with a longer cable. And then just doing my last one. All right. Okay, now we're going to cut and then grab our needle. Okay, so then you get your needle, attach it to your yarn, and then we are going to go through the stitches. So I grab my needle and I put it through the remaining stitches, and then I pull, and there you are. I think this will look cool even without a pom-pom. And in pom-poms, they're pretty easy to make. You can have a pom-pom maker. I think they're pretty cheap, maybe like $5. So I just put a little knot. I just put it through. And then I weave my ends. See, will that go? There it is. So I just kind of go through these stitches. This is how you weave your ends. Put Anyways, so I actually have a video where I show how I make a pom-pom. And with that one, I think I wrapped my yarn around it a little too much, so just don't do it as much as I did, and it'll turn out great. So click here for how to make a pom-pom without a pom-pom maker. Alright. And then don't forget to weave this just the same way that you did on the top. And this is what mine looks like. Can't wait to try it on. I hope you had fun and enjoyed watching this video. If you did and you want to make something else with me, then here are some options. Or you can just go to my page and look at all of my other videos.